Guys, today we're going to talk about finding the GCF using factors. And the I can statement we're working on is I can find the GCF of two numbers less than or equal to 100. And once again, we're really focusing on the term GCF. Let's get started. Let's start by listing the factors of 24. And remember, when we're listing factors, every factor has to have a partner, or we list them in pairs. So we can start with 1 and 24. 2 works, so 2 and 12. 3 works, so 3 and 8. 4 times 6 would be the next factor pair. And 5 doesn't go into 24. 6 does, but since it's already on our list, I know that we can stop. Now let's look at the factors of 9. We have 1 and 9 and 3 and 3. And again, since 3 is on my list, 3 is on both sides of my factor lists here, I know I've got all my factors and I can stop. And now we're going to merge these two sets together and note the common factors. And we're creating something called a Venn diagram. So both 24 and 9 have a common factor of 1. They both have a common factor of 3, but they don't have a common factor of 9. So these are the only factors that 24 and 9 have in common. So now I look at those common factors, 1 and 3, and I choose the greatest factor, which is 3. So the GCF, or greatest common factor, of 24 and 9 is 3. Let's try another one. We're going to start by listing the factors of 9, which we already know from our last problem, and then list the factors of 30. Well, we have 1 and 30. 2 can evenly divide 30, so we have 2 and 15. 3 can go into 30 evenly, so we have 3 and 10. 4 cannot, but 5 can, 5 and 6. And after 5 comes 6, which is already on my list, so I know that I have listed all of the factors of 30. Now we're going to merge the two sets together and put the common factors in the part of the circle that overlaps. And again, our common factors are 1 and 3. And once again, 3 is the largest of those common factors, so the GCF of 9 and 30 is 3. Here's another example. Let's list the factors of 30, which we already know from the last problem. And now list the factors of 80. Well, we have 1 and 80. 2 can go into 80 40 times. 3 cannot, because 8 plus 0 is 8, and 3 can't go into 8 evenly. But 4 can, 4 and 20. 5 can because it ends in 0, 5 and 16. Can 6? No, 6 cannot because it doesn't work for 3. It works for 2, but not 3. So I know automatically not to try 6. 7 does not because I know 7 times 11 is 77. And so then 7 times 12 is going to be bigger than 80. But 8 does. 8 times 10. 9 does not because I know 9 times 9 is 81, and that's only 1 bigger than 80, so there's no way 9 can go into 80. So I am done because 10 would come after 9. 10 is on my list. So the next thing we do is we merge these two together and note those common factors. 1, 2, 5, and 10. Now I look at my common factors, 1, 2, 5, and 10, and choose the greatest, which is 10. So the GCF of 30 and 80 is 10. Now it's your turn. We're going to go through a series of 5 problems. So in the work section, you know you're going to need to put down 5 problems. You're going to pause the video when you get a problem, work it out, then press play until you get to number 5. Here's the first problem. What is the greatest common factor of 12 and 16? So what you're going to do is list the factors of 12 in this part of the Venn diagram and list the factors of 16 in this part of the Venn diagram. And once you've done that, you can cross them off and put the common ones there. Okay. Pause the video and do this problem now. Okay, let's see how you did. When you've listed all the factors and put the common ones in the middle, you should have found that the GCF of 12 and 16 is 4. Here's number 2. Find the GCF of 20 and 30. Pause the video, finish this problem in the work section of your WSQ, and then press play. Okay, let's see how you did. When you list the factors of 20 and 30, and then put the common ones, or the ones that they have that are the same, in the center, you would find they have common factors of 1, 2, 5, and 10, making 10 the GCF of 20 and 30. Let's try number 3. Find the GCF of 20 and 16. Pause the video and do this in the work section of your WSQ. Okay, let's give it a shot. Here you go. When you list all the factors and put the common ones in the middle, you get common factors of 1, 2, and 4, making 4 the GCF. Now try this one. Find the greatest common factor of 8 and 12. Pause the video and do this in the work section of your WSQ. Okay, let's see how you did. When you list all the factors and put the common ones in the middle, you find common factors of 1, 2, and 4, making 4 the greatest common factor. Now, in the work section of your WSQ, find the greatest common factor of 6 and 15. This one you're going to do on your own. We are done with the video. When you finish this problem, you can go back and watch any portion of this video as many times as you need to, but don't forget to complete your summary and write a question.